Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. My name is Alicia Murillo and I'm going to talk about two things people would like to spend more time on and two things people would like to spend less time on. There are many activities in which people spend their time. Some of them are more time consuming than others. Let's start with the activities in which people spend the most time. First, checking the cell phone. Many times we take the cell phone as a resource of rest. After a long time with activity, we usually take the cell phone to check social networks, answer chat or emails, check the latest news in the world. We also tend to play games to distract our mind from the reality. It can be work, studies, among other areas. More than 7.6 million of people are hooked to their smartphones. So Apple, Google, and Facebook are committed to initiatives to curb the abusive use of this device. Excessive use of the smartphone can be very harmful to the user. Young people are the ones who suffer the most from technological addictions and the new ailments of the 21st century. Some people suffer from nophobia, a pathology in which they are afraid, anxious, and obsessed by not having their smartphone or internet connection. This problem is compounded by eye strain, dry tears, and other eye diseases, aggravated by the number of hours internet users spend in front of the screen. To combat these problems, Facebook has launched a feature called Your Facebook Time. This new tool, which is located within the settings and privacy section of the application, shows the user in a graph the hours and minutes spent on the social network each day and allows them to better manage their time on the app. You can choose what are the preferences of the new section that is prioritize which accounts you want to see first or which ones you prefer to hide. It is also possible to schedule a daily reminder every time you have used the app for a certain amount of time and choose which notification you want to receive. Second, looking for a job. Currently, our country is going through a labor crisis. Despite the increase in the rate of job offers, there is a high percentage of the population that is still looking for a job for years. It is not only in specific areas, it is in many of the professions that people decide to join in economic activities that are not prepared to their profession. For example, we can see that there are doctors working as waiters in restaurants, architects working as a carpentry assistants, among others. Okay, let's go to the things people would like to spend less time on. First, sleep. Routine, stress, emotional problems, everything influence the quality of sleep, but there are people who seem to be predisposed to sleep less. People for whom 4 or 5 hours of sleep seems to be enough. This is not insomnia because they don't need more sleep. But why is this? A study reveals that people who sleep little do so because of a gene or rather or genetic mutation. The most advisable sleep between 7 and 9 hours. The Sleep Foundation recommends that adults get between 7 and 9 hours of rest, something that is not always achieved. However, there are people who seem to be like a rose with only 4 or 5 hours of sleep. This is because they don't need more sleep. It is to be according to a study by the University of California, to their genetics or rather to a genetic mutation or variant. 2. Reading. One of the most important reasons to this activity is considered that people don't read is because of the amount of technology that is appearing day by day. Other causes are the hectic pace of life of many people that prevents them from taking things calmly and taking time to read, lack of culture, lack of habit, among others. Here is a detail of some of them. A lack of interest and the amount of technology. Many ask themselves why read. If there is television and it endless number of entertainment programs for all ages and tastes. Gossip magazines, video games, movies, music, computer, cell phone, fashion parties, social life. The working day of the middle and lower class becomes very exhausting, not to mention to various difficulties they must endure to get home. This generates that people arrive exhausted and just want to rest and finish the amount of activities that definitely absorbs the little time available at home. In the countryside and poorer areas of the city, a large number of children and young people drop out of primary and secondary school to help their families who are in extreme poverty. Thank you, teacher.